It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and all eyes are on the reigning MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He's coming off a quality showing last week, well over 300 yards in that one. It's the Cardinals and the Chargers, just ahead on EA Sports.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, it's week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Arizona Cardinals. We welcome everybody again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaud, and CD, we've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position, to be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That stop for a loss made by Damone Clark from his linebacker spot.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Yeah, and here's Dixon at punt now as he gets this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll only get this to the 2-yard line, a near catastrophe. So here come the Chargers with a long field ahead of them. They'll be led out by the second-year man from The Ohio State University, Justin Fields. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From his own end zone, Fields. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Rodgers, and again back to Komet. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Rodgers now on first down. That's complete right side to Komet. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. Beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger.
How you do, man?
Pushes upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he gets this one just shy.
Rodgers.
Mark him down at the 39. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. They're exactly right.
The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there. And a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 26. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week. 16 carries, 89 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is caught. Touchdown.
Come on, bro.
Michael Pittman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the 2nd-year man from the Ohio State University, Justin Fields.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Wow.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Rodgers to throw once more. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Right side, they're going to go option here. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. Now they go screen. It's complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Kaiir Elam makes a pick, and the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. So a 1st interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. The numbers for Mixon last week, 15 carries, 63 yards.
It's been a strong season for him thus far, sitting currently 7th.
Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. On play action, Fields. They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A big play there for L.A. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mixon, touchdown, Chargers. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And this is Parker, complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Trying to run forward with Pollard. He lost 2 and it brings up 4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Taken in at the 22. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Fields.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The Chargers at 3-7 now in the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one. This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Again, Fields. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, Fields. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as this defense were a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down. Now Fields. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Mixon with a first down carry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Well, tackled by Cole Holcomb.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, but I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Trapped it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand. That's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
A shotgun snap, Fields. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here we go on 4th down, Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth. Doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. On 1st down, Rodgers.
He'll get this complete downfield to Kmet.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Rodgers again now.
Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
2nd and 8.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He completes this to Russell Gage.
And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming. So that challenge, a successful one.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Rodgers.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. To throw, it's Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either, so certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Now, that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A little juke. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They were 3-point winners a week ago. They lead by 3 here as well as they start 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He's going to have the hook up to Gage.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Devontae Parker, an 11-yard touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
These guys will take a 10-point lead. Sit down and keep this one right, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, no return from Isabella. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
Now, I guess I need to clarify. I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but, of course, that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now it's Fields.
And that will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They snap it to Fields. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
They get 25 yards out of that one. And the Chargers are going to have a first down. And that's what you got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there. Then their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And right side, they're going to go option here. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Desmond King picks it. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touch.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Defensively getting the interception. Navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Isabella now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not here. You'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. And some room to maneuver. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Cards will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. You want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw is Rodgers.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone.
Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
Desmond King picks it. And it's a pick 6 for the Cardinals.
Blankenship out for the point after.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only needing the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
The lead is now 24. Drive started. Real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Isabella now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. Down to the 25. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And it did with not much time left. It did with little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Real exclamation point with that score.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Possession switching back now to the Chargers.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Sharp calls it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense.